So you're gonna stay, right?
Oh, you bet.
Remember, the plan said that merchandising kit has to be up tomorrow morning, first thing.
Not a problem.
And Bob, this time we really have to go by the book. I mean, personally, I love the Xeroxes of your face you put up last time you did the store. But the GO wasn't impressed.
Yeah, I heard.
I mean it, Bob. Follow the planogram.
Hey, I get it. Like, planograms are my life.
Good night, Bob.
Good night. No sense of humor. Let's see. I think I left that planogram down here somewhere. Oh, wow. What is this? I've never seen this model before. Whew. I wonder if I can get this baby to run. Man, look at this dust. This thing must have been down here for years.
Hey, Ethel, I'll get back to you. I got a live one here. Ahem. So, you rubbed? Ow. Well, you know the routine, sweetie. You get 3 wishes.
So you're a genie?
What do I look like, Don Pardo?
Wow, great outfit.
I don't get out much, okay? So, let's get going. I only have this millennium.
3 wishes, right? Okay, I wish I knew why this visual merchandising stuff was such a big deal.
Gee, most people think of something a little more exotic. Well, here's your answer.
Oh my God, it's Mr. DiMatteo, the president. I cannot believe she brought him here. This genie is cruel.
I like to get away from things with a good book, but this is ridiculous.
Mr. DiMatteo, Todd here does not understand the importance of visual merchandising. I thought maybe you could explain.
Todd. Bob. You don't understand? Let me give you my speech. I have it right here. A lot of stores use external advertising, television, radio, newspaper, that sort of thing, to pull people into their store.
Okay.
But here at Software Etc., we believe that our store itself is our most effective media. We use our store to pull people in from the mall. Then our displays and signing focus our customers' attention on featured items.
I think it's time for a little visual aid.
You see, some stores are really good at visual merchandising. You can tell in an instant what they're selling and why you'd want to buy it.
Yeah. Okay. Those stores do look pretty cool.
Every store needs to broadcast a clear message. In our case, we deliver 2 messages. First, we tell customers who we are with theme signing in the front of the store. Secondly, we tell people what we have to sell.
Yeah, okay. I can see now that there's a reason for this visual merchandising.
Oh, good. You know, people who understand these things will go a long way in retail.
Yeah? Yeah, exactly, sir. In fact, just the other day, I was speaking to my coworkers, telling them that we simply cannot take this stuff too seriously.
Ah, that's wonderful, Bob.
Oh, wow, this has gone far enough. Sorry to rain on your parade, Bob, but this wish is over.
Hey, I was about to get promoted to manager back there.
Yeah, right. I granted you a wish, not a miracle. Besides, I think you have a whole lot more to learn.
Oh, great. Who you popping in next, my 4th grade teacher?
No, not quite.
Hi.
Did I get you up?
Where am I?
Sorry about the interruption, but we really needed you here at the store.
Look at this store! Ah! This is my worst nightmare. Oh, somebody wake me up.
Roxanne, this is Rob, and we're giving him a little lesson in visual merchandising.
The name's Bob.
Oh, now I really gotta wake up.
That's right, honey. This store is just a bad dream. And if we give Todd here his merchandising lesson, you can go back to dreaming about Kevin Costner.
I'll make this fast. And how can I make it simple? I've got it. Bob, our store is our media. It's like a TV network. Each one of our stores is like a local station. And it's very important that each station sends out the same signal.
Okay. I get it.
Great. Now, our vendors pay to have their products shown, just like they'd pay a television station to have their commercials run. They might buy an end cap and share it with another product, or they might buy something at the storefront for more prominence.
Okay.
And, Bob, every vendor expects to get the space that they pay for.
Okay. So, I need to follow the marketing plan. Otherwise, the guy who paid for prime time could wind up on the Late Late Show.
Gee, that's a good analogy. Mind if I steal it?
Sure. Just remember, the name's Bob.
Thanks, Rob. This has been a very worthwhile dream.
Well, so much for that. Let's see, Rob.
It's Bob.
Bob, Rob, Knob, you humans are so petty. Anyway, one more visit ought to do it.
Duke, looks like we made the wrong turn at the Joneses again.
Rob, meet Stan Hirschman, our Vice President of Stores, and Duke.
Now I know we're not in Kansas anymore. They merchandise their stores a lot better.
Uh-oh.
And that's why you're here, Stan, to give Rob your unequaled perspective on visual merchandise.
Well, Bob, it's really a matter of focus. We use our visual displays to focus customer attention on what makes Software Etc. different and better than anywhere else.
Keep going, Stan. I'll give him the picture.
Okay, there's a store-wide planogram we always follow, no matter what the current promotion. The first emphasis is video game cartridges. Game carts draw a lot of people into our store who might not shop with us otherwise. That makes the cartridge business very important to our overall success. But our name is Software Etc., not Video Games Etc. That means we have to try a little harder to make sure people know we sell video games. That means keeping the games visible from the front of the store. Here, let me give you a couple pointers. First, make sure your display emphasizes the hottest game titles, not to mention full product lines including game systems. We want our customers to know we have it all. You'll also want to keep trends in mind, like keeping 16-bit and handheld game systems and cartridges right up front during summer months when they're especially hot.
Okay, video game systems and cartridges are numero uno. Got it.
Now, don't think we've forgotten our core business, software.
Oh, yeah.
Bestsellers and new arrivals are always hot items, and we need to keep them where they're easy for our customers to find. The third emphasis is our marketing plan features and sale items. Make sure you follow the plan exactly so these products get the exposure they deserve.
I suppose that means the end of Bob's Sign Shop.
The next emphasis is on bargain software. Product under $15. This is an area where Software Etc. customers always like to browse. Finally, our last emphasis is our great selection of books and accessories. We're redesigning these departments to improve in-section presentation and help us maintain consistency from store to store.
You see, Bob, it's so easy, even a dog can count them.
Thank you so much.
Remember, a well-merchandised store helps the customer find what they're looking for.
Okay.
And that's one more way to provide excellent customer service. And give them your best, GSA.
Thanks a lot, big guy. It's time to walk the dog.
Oh, that's great. Looks like old Duke left a little message of his own for me to clean up later.
Okay, Rob or Bob or whoever you are. If you don't understand this visual merchandising by now, well, I'm afraid even my powers only go so far.
Hey, I get it.
Good, then let's move on with your other 2 wishes.
Okay, I wish you just set this stuff up for me.
We are the industrious one, aren't we? Okay, listen up. I'm gonna do these in the order of importance. Here's how you set up the storefront tables. They're the highest priority area in the marketing plan. Second comes the 8 end caps. Of course, you want to use the ones that face the front or center aisle of your store. Next, your shelf talkers, as specified in your marketing plan. You can read, can't you, Bob? Next, the window displays with offers that invite the customers in.
Watch out, Vanna White! Do you own one of those sparkly evening gowns?
Next, the demo wall. Are we going too fast for you, Bob? Next, check out your vendor displays. You'll notice how I've done them just like the plan. We're not just putting up anything a vendor sends us, right?
You were born for this kind of work.
Next, the cash wrap back slat wall, the cash wrap countertop displays. Keep them crisp, clean, and accessible.
Get down!
And finally, the slat wall on the front of the cash wrap counter and the magazine display. There's even more to the marketing plan, Bob, but I think this is all you can handle in one setting.
You know, this place really is starting to look kind of attractive.
Remember the interpretation of these laws, Bob, as handed down by the GO.
Always follow this order of priorities when setting up the store. If your store's individual layout prevents you from giving a product its specified placement, use the marketing plan priorities to determine the next best placement. Work with your district manager to eliminate low sales, low priority categories, and create more high priority space. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, wow.
I know. Pretty impressive, isn't he? Anyway, that's the basic story. Well, one more wish, Megabyte Boy.
Well, listen, you are doing such fine work here. I wish you'd just finish the job up.
Right. Well, you wouldn't want to overexert yourself now, would you? Okay, well, follow along, Pilgrim. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Some of your fixtures are a joke. Use them properly. You know a peg from a shelf, don't you? Here's what it should look like. And pay attention to how you use your category and subcategory signs, too. Why not clean up the place? Have you ever heard of a vacuum? How about dusting? Also, make sure product stickers are neat and not worn. Packaging shouldn't be dull and lifeless. And you understand dull and lifeless, don't you, Bob?
Oh, gotcha. Got us.
Now, overstocks. Your customers can see them, so make them look good. This isn't just storage. It's another chance to make an impression and can free up space on the floor when you have more stuff than you can display neatly. Now here's a package that looks almost as good as mine. Vendors spend lots of money to design their packaging. Let's use it by displaying marketing plan features, hot products, and sale items face out. You should face out product anytime you have a lot of copies to display. You know about ribboning, don't you, Rob?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Try to ribbon any product you have a lot of. And don't forget to check stickers.
Okay.
Regular stickers go bottom right on games, top right on everything else. Sales stickers go top left and make sure the price is written neat and bold. Display box stickers go bottom left on software products, and it's a wraparound on video games. These hot and great value stickers go top left. Bob, there's more. I'm redoing your gondola.
Here?
Now check this out. Notice how the gondola is full, but not too full. Extra product belongs in overstock, not overcrowding your display.
Lovely.
Thank you. See how I've placed the products. Low volume or heavy items on the bottom, smaller items on top. Make sure they don't obstruct the category sign. And pay attention to items best displayed out of the box, like disc cases. Display them so the customer can be sold up through good, better, best.
I am so good!
Just a couple of final tips. Remember, the planogram exists for a reason. Follow it, and even you can't go far wrong. Proper visual design can help lead the customer throughout the store. It can help you make the sale. It can help make our offering clear. And remember, if you can't follow the plan precisely, use common sense. You do have that, don't you, Bob?
I got tons of common sense.
Now, if my count is correct, you've had your 3 wishes.
I don't know how any man could ask for more. The place looks great.
And if you need a refresher course?
Just call you, doll.
No, Todd. Look in the book. Remember, making a good impression is the whole idea.
What can you say about a woman who loves modems and mouse pads? She brought some life to this lonely job, and for that, I'll always love her. Oh, she wasn't much of a dancer, but not every woman does end caps like that. And her storefront tables, truly stunning. I'll never be able to merchandise in section again without thinking of the way she looked at me as she put up my shelf toppers. She touched me so deeply, and then she was gone. But nobody will ever be able to take away what we had for those few brief, shining moments. A love lost, a lesson learned, and a memory I'll take with me for 1,001 retailing nights. You remember me. Bob. I starred in a pretty important movie. Well, actually, it wasn't a movie, it was only a video, but I did have the male lead, and I'm sure you all enjoyed my performance. Okay, anyway, in that video, I was visited by Jeannie, who just happened to know everything there is to know about visual merchandising. But that Jeannie stuff was strictly for entertainment value. I am the true expert in visual merchandising. I am the master! Yeah, but with my help, you can do it too. Based on input from a lot of people in the stores, especially me, we have redesigned the monthly marketing plan communication. And in this program, we're going to look at each marketing focus within a store, talk about how to make it as effective as possible. And just to keep things challenging, old Bob here is going to give you a test. After each section of the video, you'll have the opportunity to get up, take a look at your store, and see how it compares to mine. Don't get nervous, only you and your coworkers will know how you're doing. Of course, I'll know, but then, I am the master! But with a small cash bribe, my lips are sealed. The whole purpose of this is to help you gauge how you're doing and give you some practical tips for improvement. Now, first, a couple words of advice. Obviously, Bob here knows that some stores can't follow every detail of the plan because of their particular store design. Okay, but vendors are paying us to display their product. So let's give them what they pay for. Like if your storefront has 2 tables instead of 3, put the product planned for the 3rd table in a window where it'll get plenty of exposure. Also, there's a couple of general rules to keep in mind. It's always okay to use different versions of the same title in a display. Okay, if you sell out of a featured title, replace it in the display with a substitute product, but always give priority to the titles on the plan. Do not use vendor-supplied signing unless it's in the plan. Sticker all products exactly as indicated. Don't improvise. On all slat walls, end caps, and demo wall areas, use the appropriate size shelf or peg or hook to display the product or sign. Whenever you have to deviate from the plan, put the high priority item in an area with similar visibility. You got it? Good. Oh, that was pretty breathtaking. I hope you took notes. Okay, here we are at section 1, wherein we learn about theme signing. Theme signing broadcasts our primary selling message to people outside the store. It consists of a large overhead bridge, a mall sign, and there can be other supporting units depending on the promotion. These signs have been designed by the signing gurus. So, if you follow the planogram, you get the maximum impact from your signs. Okay, are you ready for the test? Huh? Stop the tape and go see if your signs look like my signs. Did you hear me? Go look at your store. I'll know if you're out getting a sandwich. You're back, huh? Did you miss me? Okay, now be honest and write down your score. If you're ready for the cover of PC Week, you score a 3. If you did a fair job with your theme signing, give yourself a 2. And if your signs were upside down and backwards, give yourself a 1. Okay, now we're on to the next section. Okay, here we are at the famous storefront tables. These things always remind me of Vegas, but without the showgirls. Okay, now if you're doing this right, you should be featuring 8 titles on the pillar grids and the same 8 titles in the same order on the table bases. Of course, all sale items get stickers. If you happen to sell out during a promotion, try to cross-merchandise with a substitute product. If you can, use product easels. And pull the product forward on the bottom shelves so the customers can see it as clearly as possible. If the product is small, use more than one box at each location for greater impact. And as always, make sure you use correct signing. Okay, stop the tape again and check out your storefront tables. How'd you do? Don't try to kid old Bob. If you were the spitting image of perfection or were within spitting distance of it, give yourself a 3. If you were okay, give yourself a 2. And if you couldn't get your mother to buy from you, give yourself a 1. Okay, now we're entering the wonderful world of shelf talkers. Always face products out when you're using shelf talkers, and only use shelf talkers on features listed in the marketing plan. Those who have been paying attention will notice that our customers get double exposure to these features on the storefront tables and in section with the shelf talkers. Now, don't start using shelf talkers everywhere because we'll lose our emphasis, and I cannot give enough emphasis to the importance of emphasis. Was that emphasized enough? Okay, geniuses, go check your shelf talkers. Having a conversation with your shelf talkers? Good. So if your shelf talkers talk their way into your heart, give yourself a 3. If they speak clearly but not quite forcefully, give yourself a 2. And if what you have is a total failure to communicate, you better give yourself a 1. Okay, here we are at the part of the store that's my personal favorite, the end caps. As you probably know by now, we feature 2 titles on each end cap. We ribbon the product vertically, and we use the shelf that is most compatible with the product size. 8 end caps are required for each promotion. Use the end cap that face the center aisle of your store. Always, and I repeat, always use signing as indicated. Be especially careful with vendor-supplied signing. Never replace one of the required end caps with a discretionary end cap display. Okay, now it's time to go look at your end caps. Don't break a leg running over there, huh? So, gang, can you say demo wall? I thought you could. And here is a fine example of how a demo wall is supposed to look. Note the placement of signs. Not too high, not too low. Products and collateral are accessible to the customer. Counter area is clean. Nothing here but computers, monitors, displays, and printers. Some people use this area to display excess vendor signing. And that, my friends, is a real no-no. In most stores, you should be able to see your demo wall from outside the store. If you hang your signs too high, they might get blocked by storefront architecture. Do the best you can in your particular store. Okay, stop the tape and go look. Guess who's back? How'd you do? Are you making Bob proud? Well, if your demo wall is a model for all of retailing, give yourself a 3. If it does not make you nauseous, give yourself a 2. And if it's staging a demonstration of its own, give yourself a 1. Well, here we are at the window display. Only titles featured in the current plan should be here. Use multiple product boxes for impact, but don't let your window display obstruct the view into your store. The best rule of thumb is to stand back in the mall and look at your window as a customer would. Those of you with a huge window can display 2 messages. Okay, first, the one in the marketing plan, and second, a complimentary cross-merchandise product. If your store doesn't have a front display area, find an alternate location to display the product and signing. If nothing else, highlight those titles with a shelf talker in section. Okay, now go check out your window display. These are vendor-supplied signs. This one is not on the marketing plan, so sorry, it's out of here. Of course, if the plan does call for vendor displays, put them where they belong, just like it says in the plan. Careful, don't block traffic. If the display is too big for your store, dismantle it and use the sign from the display in an alternate location. Okay, go check your vendor displays. I'll wait here. Looking good, are we? Okay, give yourself a 3. Or did you deserve a 2? Or a 1? Or what? No cheating now. Remember, Bob knows all. Okay, folks, moving right along to video game cartridges. Remember, game cartridges are displayed as empty boxes, so get to your customer right away to ask how you can help. Video games should be merchandised by section, and all titles should be faced out. Our Real Deal promotion is designed to highlight individual titles and offer instant discounts. These can really draw customers back into the store. Follow the instructions in your marketing plan for the display of Real Deal coupons. And don't forget the proper video game merchandising includes the display of the Real Deal counter card at cash wrap and stuffing every bag with a Real Deal flyer. By the way, make sure that all your flyers and coupons are current. Okay, did you get an eyeful here? Stop the tape and go check your video game cartridges. Okay, here's our in-store video. ETC TV is to be played at all times. I know that after you've heard the tape 50 times or so, you might like to turn off the sound. But remember, leave it turned up enough so your customers can hear as well as see our in-store TV advertising. And naturally, training videos like this one shouldn't be viewed in public, even though your customers would get a big kick out of yours truly. Okay, stop the tape. You know the routine.
You're watching ETC TV at Software Etc.
Now that was simple. Give yourself a 3, a 2, or a 1. Okay, the next section brings me to where I'm currently standing, which is good, since I'm absolutely exhausting. Make that exhausted. And I'm sure you're getting tired just watching me work, right? Okay, let's talk cash wrap. As you can see, mine here is the image of perfection, because I am the master. Okay, note the stock up signing and new disc displays. Not too high, not too low. Only products on the plan are included in my display. A few impulse items are accessible, but I've added them tastefully so they don't become a bother. No unsightly paperwork is inside of the customer. Also, I have a handy supply of shopping guides, so I can grab one to greet each customer as they come in. Okay, have you feasted your eyes enough? Pause tape. It's me, Bob. So, did you take a rap on your cash wrap? Well, we hope not. Anyway, if your cash wrap looked at all like mine, score yourself a 3. If you did an average job, give yourself a 2, and if you were positively miserable, score a 1. Well, I know time flies when you're having fun, but this does bring us to the end of our little test. Okay, for the heck of it, take a little time and add up your score. If you scored 28 or better, pat yourself on the back. You are doing a bang-up job. If you scored around 20, take heart. There's hope for you. Really. If you scored 15 or less, well, you might want to consider a career in the housekeeping industry. Okay, remember, if you need to brush up a bit, you can always watch this tape again for a little refresher course. I know, you just be watching to get another look at me, but I'll never tell. Anyway, it's time for me to open the store. Considering how good this place looks, they're going to be busting down the doors to get in here. You see what I mean? Nobody can resist this visual merchandising stuff when you do it right. Absolutely nobody.